Well, Dungeons & Dragons is back in the news at TwitchCon right now, and it seems that people think that the game is nothing but a racist trope of stereotypes of people playing by the rules. Okay, before I get fully into this video, please like, share, subscribe, do all these fun things that YouTube likes, because without that, we don't grow. We are over 2,000 subs. We're closing in on 2,100. Absolutely amazing, and thank you for everyone that does subscribe to the channel. This article comes from Polygon. Polygon, Kotaku, these places generally have articles like this where they take one side of the coin and completely misrepresent the idea of what is going on here. While D&D reckons with its racist past, this actual play is way ahead of the curve. Yeah. D&D wrestles with its racist past. All D&D of the past is completely racist. Everything you do in the game is racist. We are no good. I don't know why we're still even talking about this. We better abandon this game completely. Oh wait, no, you're going to change the rules? You're going to stop us rolling dice? That's where the game is gone now. Transplanar RPG started with the idea of trans representation at the table. Everyone's represented at the table. You sit here's the thing. You want to play D&D? You want to play D&D? Sit down at the table and play D&D. It's that simple. There is no reason why you need to suddenly be ahead of the curve and think of everything that's out there. Your feelings don't matter at the door. Play the damn game. Quit trying to make it all about consent. If you're sitting down at the table, you've already consent to playing the game. That's the way it is. That's Dungeons & Dragons. You roll up a character with 3d6, then you try and hit someone with a d20. But no. It's the final boss fight. Everyone at the table is crying, but not because anybody has died. It's because of how performer Cetonis is handling the game-changing moment between their character, a half-drow Aasimar blood hunter named Oka Hen, and the season's big bad Hastagun. Yutan? What kind of name is this? After all of it's over, my mother is making soup. You're laughing about soup. The big bad final boss battle is about soup. Soup. You know what else goes into soup? You have a pot. It's called the melting pot. You put in many different ingredients in there, and voila! You have a meal! Shank and radish stew. Oh, shank and radish stew. Oh, it sounds absolutely amazing. Let me get down here. Okay. Built-in racial traits. Although Transplanar RPG technically started as a D&D show, Chang used their education in screenwriting and critical race studies. Critical race studies. So they taught you how to be a racist. Okay, I get it. To immediately dismantle most of the core concepts of Wizards of the Coast's infamous rule set. Until recently, the system had built-in racial traits and dice modifiers for various rates, including lower intelligence stats for orcs and the prosperity towards evil for dark-skinned drow, which are a type of elf. You know, Wizards of the Coast, people railed on them for the Hazodi, the monkey race that became a sentient race after experimenting. You know, people railed on that. Yet, you know, like the one below me where the dragon race, they don't get any special stats anymore. They're not bigger, they're not beefier, they're not immune to fire or cold or certain things. They don't get extra strength because they're half dragon or they're mostly a dragon. No. They're the same thing as that elf over there. They're the same thing. That dragon flying in the sky, he can fly now? Well, that elf can't fly, so he loses his wings. This is how ridiculous the stupid game has gotten at this point. They've removed the dice rolling, they've removed the modifiers, they're removing alignment. Where the hell is the game left? There's nothing left to Dungeons & Dragons at this point. Just sit there next to a table and have a conversation. Maybe you can figure out the social cues at that point, and maybe you can have an actual game at this point. You don't want to roll dice? You don't want to have a game with dice modifiers? Go play a White Wolf game, because then everyone's on the level playing field and you just have different types of vampires or different types of werewolves or different types of mages. No, this is a game where everything is fantasy based, where you have dragons and hordlings and demons and angels and orcs and humans and drow and dwarves. What do you want? Why does everything have to be washed down to the basic stat and do nothing else? This is the point of a fantasy game, is that there is fantasy creatures, and the individuality and the difference for the races in the fantasy games is what makes it appealing. Not that one race tends to be more evil. That's partially because of the cult-like atmosphere of the drow, with them worshiping a evil drow god. Stereotypes exist. You're not going to get rid of them when it comes down to a D&D game. The D&D game is for fantasy, and honestly, there's nothing better than rolling up a character for a D&D game and going out and killing a few skeletons. Right? You might as well just raise the skeleton now, and that's your player character, because that's where we're breaking this down to. There's nothing left to this game at this point. If you cannot have dice modifiers, if you can't have anything like that, the game is over. You might as well move on past it. Anyway, I'm your Proud Canadian Phoenix, Cinder Shadow. I'm signing off here. Hope you like this one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and absolutely play the way you want to and keep it fun.